Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Ashley. It is time for my favourite video of the month, and that is my TBR game. So each month I play a TBR game which I made called Get Me to the Show, and we are basically playing along this board trying to get ourselves to the stage to see the artist that we like. As you may see on my channel, I post a lot of music things as well, so I think it was very fitting for that. But we do have 5 different types of prompts here. We have B, which is Bookemon prompts, which is a readathon that Merib done. I know she recently changed her channel name, so she will be linked down below. We have M for mood read. We have Pink, which is just your general everyday prompts. We have a Target, which is my targets for the year, which is to read half my Christmas books and half the books I've purchased in 2024. And then we have a music note, which is basically I pick up a card that has music artist and I find a book that fits one of their songs. So yeah, you have these 5 different ones, but it's probably best that we see if I actually won or lost in June, and if I need to add another blank space. So these blank spaces are basically failed TBR, and if I land on this, it means that I need to read a book from a failed TBR that I've had this year. So yeah, let's take a look at what I was meant to read and if I'd done it. So roll number 1 gave us the failed TBR, which is just perfect, and I had My Fair Godmother by Jeanette Rallison for this. Now we have about a week left of the month. I have not started this book yet, but I will be starting it. I'm going to London this weekend, just before the end of the month, so I'm going to be taking my Kindle with me. So that's going to get me 4 hours on the train. It's going to have me on my flight back to Edinburgh as well. So yeah, I will actually be reading this. It's the only book I'll be taking with me when I go away. So yeah, this one will be completed. Roll number 2 gave us the artist of Ive, and I chose the song Afterlife, which was to read a romance. And so I chose Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon, and I did read this one. And I actually really liked it, which I was happy about. Roll number 3 gives a Bookemon prompt, which was Carrot, and this was to read a non-fiction book. And I had One Armed Jack by Sarah Bax Horton. I have not read this. I honestly don't think I'm going to get the time. This week is really manic for me. As I said, at the end of the week I am going to London, but also I have my acting showcase as well on Thursday. So I don't think I'm going to have time to actually get to this one, which is a shame. But if I can get this in, if I land on a failed spot for example, then I will probably try and get this back in, because I really do want to read it. Then we had roll 4, which was Peril, to read a 250-page book entirely by water. Now, I am reading Once Upon a Broken Heart, which is the book that I chose for that, but I'm not reading it by water. I'm actually going to choose a different book for this. It's been very rainy here, except from today. I don't know if you can tell, but I've had a bit of the sun already. But I honestly just do not think it was possible for me to get near water at all at the moment. I will do it at some point, but it just has not been with this book. But as I've started it, it will get finished before I leave, or at least I hope so. It is going to count as a win. And then finally we had roll 4, which was just a general pink prompt, and that was Has Pictures, and I chose The Last Bear by Hannah Gold, and I did read this one. It was a 5 stars for me. I absolutely loved it, and if I land on a goal space, I'll probably try and pick up the second book, which I know is there. So it is an actual failed TBR for me, which is not ideal. Also, my dog's going crazy. I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, that does mean it's a failed month. So let's go get our number generator up. My board does have 25 spaces. We've already got a blank space on it, so we're going to do 1 to 24. Just skip over whatever the blank one is when we are counting up. So yeah, let's go see where that failed space is going to be. Okay, so that fail space is going on spot number 7, and honestly I don't like it, because if you're counting, that should be close to the other one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to be here. So it's going to be very close. I could even land on both depending on the rules. So not exactly where I would like it, but that's okay. That's okay. It is a Bookemon prompt that we will be covering, but yeah. In terms of July, what I need to read, I need to read the second one in Once Upon a Broken Heart, which I cannot remember the name of, Plus, I'm going to London again to see Stray Kids, so I will be needing an ebook in there for when I am away. Except from that, I'm very free to read anything, so yeah, let's just jump into the roles and let's hope they're nice to me in July, because this should have been easy. It was just, I was reading for the Amazing Readathon and those books didn't match my TBR books very much. So yeah, let's go and take a look at my first role. Role number 1 is a 2. So that is 1, 2, which is a goals space. Okay, so role number 1 gave us a 2. It's not the best start to the game, but you know what, it's early doors, it's fine. The first role will be actually a got goals video, not goals video, a goals prompt. So as I said, if I get the chance, I'm adding in Finding Bear by Hannah Gold. I'm adding this in straight away. I am desperate to read this. I don't really know what to expect from this one. The first one left off really nicely in terms of the girl who was there actually found her way back home. So April did actually go back home at the end of the last one, so I don't really know where this one is going to go at all, but there is a bear cub here, so I'm going to guess it's something to do with the bear cub. I really love the images that were in the first one, and from what I can see it's the same illustrator as well who's doing this one. Let me try and find you an image that is not a night sky. So such as this, for example. So I actually really like the illustrations. This is the nice hardback that I got, and I really love the foiling under the cover as well. I don't know if there's anything on the back. Yeah, so it's just kind of the scenery and things, but it looks so pretty. So yeah, I can't wait to get to this one. As I said, I don't really know where this one is actually going to be heading, but it just says over a year later she can't stop thinking about Bear. So I'm going to guess that a year later she returns to try and find Bear. Yeah, I don't want to really look too much into it because I don't want to spoil myself for it, especially as I don't know how much will be spoilers for the first book. So yeah, very excited for this one. Let's go to role number 2. Role number 2. Oh, that's a 1, so that's a pink prompt. We're not going very far through this board. We have disability rep. Really? Oh my god. Okay, role number 2 gave us a 1. Cool, we're flying through this board. Okay, but we did actually get a good prompt here. We have a disability rep. I knew the exact book I was choosing for this the moment this came up, and this is one that has been on my NetGalley for a couple of years, so I need to get to it, and that is Rockstar Detectives. So this is a middle grade again, and it's basically about these 2 friends who find that there's some sort of incident that's happened. I've not looked too much into it, I don't want to really spoil myself, but one of the friends is able-bodied, the other one is in a wheelchair, so hence the disability rep. But I've heard it's done really well. It's from Adam Hills, who is actually disabled himself, so I feel like this is a really good chance for own voices, even though I don't think he uses a wheelchair at all. At least I've never seen him use one. I know he's an amputee, but I've never seen him use a wheelchair. So it'll be really good kind of having this representation, and I'm excited to actually see how this goes. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. There is also 3 books out in the series, I believe, currently. So if I like it, I can definitely go and pick up the others. But yeah, with that, let's hope over to role number 3, and let's hope it's nicer to me. Role number 3. Another 1, what's going on? Okay, that is a mood read. Role number 3 gave us yet again a 1. I don't know what I did to the game gods, but they apparently are not being my friend at the moment. So for this one, I'm going to be reading The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. So that one is the sequel to Once Upon a Broken Heart. I've not finished this one. I'm not going to know what book 2 is about. But so far in this, from like the 100 pages I've read, is basically there is fates that have come back, and they're not exactly good guys. They're kind of like gods who cause mischief. And that's pretty much all I really know. So I'm looking forward to continuing it. It's for the Recreate Book Club as well. So yeah, and I will be buying this one physically. I just haven't bought it yet. So I can't wait to delve in. I'm loving this one so much though currently. It's It's only 100 pages in, but it's looking like it's going to be a 4 or a 5 stars, depending how things go. So I'm very much looking forward to continuing with the series. And if you do want to join me reading it, do join down in the Discord. I will leave the links down below. But with that, let's go to roll number 4. Roll number 4, 6. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is another mood read. Okay, roll number 4 was nice to us. It gave us a 6. Thank you. And it means that we have passed over both of the fail spaces. We love that. So for a mid read, which is what we got, I was a bit unsure what I wanted to read for this, but I am planning to do a book series on my channel, so which is like blind date with a book, but it's like library recommendations, like they give them out. And the one that I did get was Gulliver's Travels. I did already unwrap this. I've not started it or anything yet, but I will be reading this for that, and it'll be a nice little reading vlog as well. Let's see if any of them can give me a 5 stars. I know roughly what this book is about. It's about this man named Gulliver who like sails across the Atlantic, I want to say. I'm not sure if it's the Atlantic or not. He travels anyway, and he ends up in the land of Lilliput, where the people are absolutely tiny. And that's pretty much all I know. I only know what this is about is because there's a Jack Black movie. So I could also do a book versus movie with this book. So it comes in very useful for this. It's also not too big. It looks chunky, but it's less than 300 pages. So I feel like this is actually very doable. It's quite short. It is a classic though, which means it may take me longer because this was first published in 1726. I don't think I've ever read a book as early as this. I know it is satire, so let's see how it goes. I don't know if I might not get the humour with it being very old. I don't know if the language will be a bit hard for me to understand, but you know what? I think this is a good time to read this. I've always wanted to read it. So yeah, let's just throw it on the TBR and let's go over to our next roll. It's a 5, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is a blue prompt. And we have Hammer, read a book with a tool on the cover. Okay, that's doable. Okay, roll number 5 gave us a 5. That was exactly what it gave us. And for this one, I got a blue prompt, which is a Bookemon prompt, and I got read a book with a tool on the cover for Hammer. Now, I don't know why I was struggling to think what a tool was, because I never really think about it. I just kind of go, I'm using this. So I went for a key because I feel like that is the perfect definition of a tool. You use it to open something. It is a tool. For this one, it's going to be a book that I've been meaning to read for a while, and I don't know why I keep pushing it off, because this is like book 4, I want to say, in a series, and the other 3 have all been 5 stars. So I have no reason to not be reading it. I have it in hardback. I got pre-ordered when it first came out, and that is The Brothers Hawthorne by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Literally the other 3 were all 5 stars, and I don't know whether that's why I'm scared. I'm scared in case it's not another 5 stars, but there's another 2 books coming out within this like world this year, and I have one of them pre-ordered, and I think my mum's going to give me one for my birthday or Christmas because it comes out in like November. So I need to read this. I flew through the other ones. I don't really know what to expect from this. If you don't know what the Hawthorne Inheritance Games series is, it's basically about this girl named Adri? I think it's Adri. I don't even know if that's her name, but that's the name that's coming to me. Is basically chosen to inherit all of this money and all of these mansions and things, but she has no idea who Hawthorne is. So we're kind of following her journey along this, and inheriting this money. I don't really know what this one is about. I think this is set before all that happens. I think this is set before she arrives, so it's just about the brothers, which is Grace and Jameson. I think it's about those 2 brothers, more than anything else. I can't really, I'm trying to like skim it, but I also don't want any spoilers, so I don't really know, but I think this is set prior to the Inheritance Games cycle. I'm pretty sure it is anyway. But it does have a lovely key under the dust jacket as well, which we do love. I don't know if there's anything on the other side. I highly doubt it, but yeah, the other side's just black. Nothing there. But this will be a very good one. It just says welcome to the explosive new inheritance games mystery. So it's not really going to tell me anything, but that's fine. The other ones have been 5 stars. I'm excited to jump into this. It is a bit chunkier though. It is sitting at almost 500 pages. So, you know what? It's fine. Roll 6. I'm only about halfway through the board. 1. Okay, that's another pink prompt. We have LGBTQIA plus rep. Okay. Roll number 6. We got another 1. This game is just never seeming to end. We still have a little while to go. But what we did get was LGBTQIA plus rep. So we're getting all the representation today in this video. And for this one, I'm choosing another one that's going to be part of a reading vlog that I do plan to be bringing out soon. And that one is Love in the Big City by Sang-young Park. Now this is translated from Korean into English, and it is basically queer fiction, and it's about 2 people. So there's Young and there's Jae-hee, which is his female best friend and roommate, and I believe she goes away for university or something, and it's about him finding love and how he discovers his sexuality through the men that he dates. So that's what I believe it is about. I could be wrong, but that's what I believe it is. So I am looking forward to this. I think this is going to be really interesting as well, in terms of seeing a different perspective of love, because in Korea it's not exactly be out and proud. So it'll be really interesting seeing how things are from this side. But yeah, this is going to be one of the books that is for a reading vlog, so do keep your eyes peeled for this. And let's go for our next roll. I don't know how many rolls we're going to get, but this is getting tiring, so let's go. I don't know why this game has decided violence, but roll number 7 is a 3. 1, 2, 3, which is again another mid-read. Roll number 7 gave us a 3. Cool. I just want to finish. This is getting so long for a TBR, but we did get another mid-read. The mid-reads are being strong in this game. They are liking us this game, which is amazing. I'm getting to kind of choose what I want to read. But if you know me, I'm a little bit of a masochist when it comes to really busy months. So of course I'm going to choose one of the biggest books I think on my TBR. It's over 700 pages. But I need to finish this season? I need to finish this series. I need to do it so bad. And I keep putting it off and off and off. And it's because I'm scared of reading it. I loved the first 2 books in the series. I have not read it in about a year. I've read the first 2 twice. I've not read this once. I don't know what's going on here, but we're reading it this month. And that is The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. I've not read a Brandon Sanderson this year. I've been really staring at my Mistborn series. I really want to get onto the 2nd series of this world. I do have them all on my shelf. They're considerably shorter as well. But in all honesty, I just need to know how this trilogy ends. As I said, I've read the first 2 books twice. There's no reason for me not to be picking this up, except from this. This is what scares me. And I don't know why I've decided to do it on a month where, like, I have so many books, but you know what? I'm probably going to fail this month anyway. I might as well fail with books that when it comes on a fail space, I'm more excited to read. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're adding in Hero of Ages to my already chunky TBR. If you don't know what this one is about, this is about a girl named Vin who basically finds out that she is a Mistborn, and she basically tries to discover what these powers actually mean, where it's ingesting the metals and how she uses them. And there's like a big war happening, an uprising happening. I don't really want to say more, I don't want to spoil anything. That is essentially what it is all about. There's also other kingdoms that we do see. He is an amazing writer, Brandon Sanderson. His world building is amazing. I'm excited for this. Do I feel like I'm going to cry? Possibly. Because I have no idea how this ends, and I think that's what's scaring me, is the fact that I feel like he can make me cry, and I don't cry at books. So yeah, we're going to be reading Hero of Ages, and I really hope I don't regret it. But with that, let's go on to our next roll, which definitely won't be our last. Roll number 8. 2. 1, 2. Okay. Skip a book. Oh, thank you. I actually forgot I even added these in, so this is a blessing. Thank you, game gods. Okay, roll number 8 gave us a 2. Why? It is a Bookemon prompt though. So yeah, let's just. We did get skip a book though. We did get skip a book. That is amazing for me. I feel like this is definitely needed. I do not need 8 books, my TBR. 7 is more than enough so far. So yeah, I'm very, very happy that we get to skip a book, which means I don't need to read anything for this prompt. Yay! I feel like the game has realised how mean it's being, so it's being a little bit nicer, give me mood reads and a skip a book. Which I honestly forgot was even there. I forgot I added skip books into the cards. So I'm so thankful for previous me. So thank you. But with that, let's go on to the next roll. Hopefully it'll be our last roll. I only need a 5 to complete. So the way this game's going, it's probably going to be another roll. But yeah, let's go take a look. What I'm hoping will be our last roll for roll number 9. I need a 5 and then I'll have no more books. So let's see. 5, thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are at the show. That means I don't need another book. Phew. We did it. We are finally at the show. I'm so glad we got a 5 to finish with. This TBR was looking scary for so long of it. And 7 books is far more than I was expecting. But it also could have been 8. So we're taking it nicely. I feel like I have a really good stack of books here. Let me just quickly go get them. So this is our stack, plus we have 2 ebooks on top of this as well. I have put Once Upon a Broken Heart there just in place of the ballad one, which is the second book, but we still then do have an ebook on here. So yeah, this is looking chunky. I don't know how many pages this adds up to. I will post them up here, how many pages I need to read this month. Do we think we're going to do it? If you think I'm going to do this, put a love heart in the comments if you have nothing else to say. And if you don't think I'm going to manage it this month, leave a broken heart emoji. Yeah, let's see how it goes. But I think I'm actually really excited for all of these. I think I've got some really quick reads in here as well. It should be good. The only one that I'm missing really is my Kindle book, but as I said, I'm going to London. I will be taking my Kindle down there with me, so I definitely will have time to read that one at least. So yeah, let's hope this goes well. There's quite a few books for vlogs in here, which I'm excited about. But yeah, let me know if you've read any of these, which one you're most excited for me to read, and fingers crossed they'll all be 5 stars. But yeah, with that is everything. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.